If you are not already a part of the class of 2022 Google Classroom for counseling, please join it. You should already be in it if you've been a student here since the first day of school, because we added all of you. And you guys know when you go into your IntelliHub portal thing where you have all your icons for your email and Google Classroom, when you click on Google Classroom, this should already be there. If it is not, please join the Centennial Counseling Class of 22 classroom. What's your name? Who just came in? Joey. What's your name? Saba? All right, so everybody logged in? Yeah. I know. Okay, once you guys are in the Google Classroom, you should be able to access this presentation by clicking on the link for it. Do you see the link? Scroll down. This one. It's posted under Class of 2022 College and Career Readiness General. So if you click there, Class of 2022 College and Career General. That's where it is. You guys see it?
Class of 2022 Readiness.
It was posted on August 31st. A really easy way, if you guys are having trouble, go to the classwork tab, and then it'll have academic support, the first one under academic support. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and keep moving. We do have a lot of information to go through, so I want to make sure we get through all of it. Okay, this is your post-high school planning presentation. If you've been here at Centennial for the past 3 years, you guys know that you get a grade level presentation at the beginning of every single year, right? So welcome to your final grade level presentation. You've made it this far. It's been a crazy years for you because this is actually only your second year really going to be on campus fully, right? Kind of weird, but there's a lot of information we want to give you and a lot of information that you need to know. So as we go through the presentation, I need you guys to be super attentive, but present. You guys got to be present, okay? Try not to work on anything else because everything that we're telling you is stuff you need to know. And if you don't get it here today, you're going to be wondering, like, how do I do this? Or when are college applications due? And how do I do financial aid? We're going to tell you. I'm going to tell you today. So you're going to get everything you need to know, all right? So go ahead and get to the third slide. And you're going to click inside the little computer screen that says survey where the Husky is. And I need you all to take the survey. If you don't know the answer to these questions, it's fine. You will know the answer by the time we're done. You guys should be just about done with that. If you're not, keep on working. We'll keep on moving. Okay. As I was talking to you guys about being present, we do have a little video in here about mindfulness, but I'm going to skip it. I'm going to skip it because yesterday it took way too long and I want to make sure I get through all the information. But I will remind you and reiterate one last time, please be present, okay? And by present, I simply mean locked in on everything that I'm saying. And understand too, you're going to have multiple chances and opportunities to hear from a school counselor, to hear from one of us from my department about things that are important for you to know. So anytime you see a counselor standing in front of your class talking, pay attention, take notes, listen to what we're saying because it's good information and it's necessary information for all of you guys, okay? For any of you who are interested, we're going to have some coping skills for stress and anxiety little groups taking place on office hours. For seniors, it's going to be on Thursdays. If you want to sign up, you can use the little QR code right there, and register right now if you're interested in doing it. Then you'll get called in, invited to office hours for the coping skills for stress and anxiety, okay? For today, a couple of things that are most important, and really these are just the objectives for today. We want you to be able to identify appropriate coping skills, address your mental wellness. See, that's a recurring theme these days, mental wellness, mental wellness, mental wellness. Because if you're not in good space mentally, it's hard to be in good space anywhere else, right? And I think we're all dealing with certain things because the world is still very uncertain and it's a little stressful. It's stressful for all of us. And then we want to be able to explain your goal progress and goal achievement. So that's big overall. However, we're going to talk specifically about your actual grades, your transcripts, and what you need. So on to the transcript. Everybody take a look at your transcript. Okay? This is very, very important. You need to be able to read your transcript. You need to know what's there. Next week, you guys will be coming in and meeting with each of your counselors one-on-one to discuss your plan. And by your plan, I mean your coursework for your senior year to make sure you're going to graduate on time. Okay? It's important for you to look at your transcript prior to that meeting to know if there's anything missing. So what you guys are going to look for right now is make sure everything is listed. Some of you took college courses that you want listed and they're not there. Some of you took courses in another district. They may not be there. If you came from another school at some point, you want to make sure that everything is where it needs to be. In the upper right-hand corner, you see a total credit count. Okay? Right up here. All your credits earned, which this is really blurry, you can't see, but you see it on yours. Right here, you guys, if you're on track credit-wise, you should have 160 or more. Okay? If you're on track credit-wise. Many of you will have 190 already, maybe 200. Some of you already have 220. So there's a credit requirement and a coursework requirement in order to meet graduation requirements. Okay? So aside from your credits, you also need to look and make sure, are all of your language arts classes passed? All of your history classes, did you pass all of them? Do you have 4 semesters of PE? Okay? If you look right here, where some of you it might be here, some of you it might be on the second page, but right here is your grad status report. If you have numbers here, that means it's missing. So all of you should be missing Language Arts 4A, 4B, and Government and Econ, right? If you're missing anything else, you have got to have a discussion with your counselor because you should either be enrolled in it already or when you speak with your counselor, if you're a student who needs to qualify using a special assembly bill that they put out this year for students due to the pandemic, your counselor will tell you about that and you guys will discuss it and sign off on it, okay? But you might be missing things. If you are a student who got PE exemptions, meaning you weren't enrolled in a PE class all 4 years or for 4 semesters, but you still played a sport, you will be missing PE credits. So for every 5 credits that it shows you're missing, go through your transcript and look for a PE exemption. And it'll say PE exemption, 0 credits. And all that basically means is that you don't have to, for every exemption, you get 5 credits of your PE requirement knocked off. So if you're missing 10 credits of PE, but you have 2 PE exemptions, are you okay? Yes. All right? You guys understand that? Is anybody in here missing PE credits? Okay, perfect. The other thing you need to check, your name, okay? Is this the name that you are supposed to have? I know that sounds funny, but a few years ago they started requiring that we put your name on your transcript the way it is on your birth certificate, okay? So you want to make sure that your name is there properly. I've had some where the gender has been wrong, okay? Some where the ethnicity has been wrong. You want to make sure everything in the identifying information is correct. And moving forward, whatever your name is on your transcript is what you want to put on your financial aid applications, your college applications. All right? So if you don't hyphenate your name in real life, but it's hyphenated on your transcript, when you complete your financial aid, you need to hyphenate it. However it looks on your transcript is the way you need to put it on your applications moving forward. Everybody got that? Perfect. Okay. All right, so we're going to stand up, pair, and share. It's first period. You probably need a little bit of extra energy anyways. So I want you guys to get up, partner up, and just talk about quickly what you plan on doing after graduation. Quickly. All right?
I'll probably either go to Ccgi in Santa Barbara. My brother goes to UCSB, like right next to it, and I want to get my undergrad.
I don't know what I want to do at the show, so I just honors, I don't want to go to UC. I go to Cal State, right? Right into Readiness.
Yeah, I've been sent by airport.
Jeff, I
Okay, yeah. Is anatomy an elective?
It's a science elective.
Is
So
like
yes,
yeah. Is AP Psych an elective?
it's a social science elective. All right, I just got a really good question, and I want to address it with you guys. You guys will see on your, this is about the transcript. You'll see on there that it has an elective requirement. Like it says 75 elective credits required. I wish they would take it off because it's pointless, okay? Credits are credits, and that's how you have to think of it. So as long as you complete the 220 credits, you're fine. Some of you will feel like you've never even had an elective because you always took extra math or extra science or whatever. Anything beyond what is minimally required for each subject area becomes an elective. Does that make sense? You guys understand that? So when you see on the grad requirements, it says only 2 years of math, right? But if you did a year 3 and you're currently in math, both of those will give you elective credit, term elective credit. You're still getting your math credit, but it goes into the elective credit bucket. Make sense? You guys got that for sure? Okay, sharing out really quickly. And as we share out, you guys can click here. We need your personal information about what your plans are, which is why we had you share. So go ahead and click that link. And while we are doing that, somebody tell me, what do you plan on doing after high school? Who's planning on going straight into college? Who wants to go straight into a 4-year college? How about 2-year? You already know you're going the community college way, right? Anybody military? Perfect. What branch? Marines? Navy? Awesome. I have family members in both, actually all of them. How about who is just going straight to work? Like, you know you just want to go get a job, so, right? Me, I'm like, what's my next career? But anyways, go ahead and fill out that form. In this, we need to know your personal information. I think it asks you for your cell phone number and stuff like that. We want you to give us all of your information so that way we can always contact you, okay? Everything's technology now, like everything is digital. And so we have to have a way to be able to reach out to you without having to physically come and stand in front of you and see you. You never know what's gonna happen. So having your personal information will help us in the event that we need to, go off campus again and learn remotely and all that fun stuff. Okay? Now, as we were just discussing, if you're still working, please go ahead and finish. But these are the paths that people go on after they leave high school. We talked about them already. Applications for all of these are linked in this presentation. Okay, so what we did is try to get it really as simple as you could possibly have it. So every, this presentation, because you have access to it, anything you need to know, All the applications are linked right here. So you can literally click where it says go to Google Classroom for application links. It'll take you everywhere you need to go. There's no reason anybody should say, I don't know how to get it, I don't know how to access it. You guys are in the classroom right now. You see all the things that are there, right? It is at your fingertips. So use it. These are your resources we made for you. Use them. If you plan on going straight to a four-year university, these are the options. There's Cal States, UCs, HBCUs, out-of-state universities, and private colleges. Okay? So what we're going to do next is go into something called Ccgi, which you guys should all be familiar with because we've been trying to roll it out since you started here as a freshman. But quickly, all we need to tell you about these things, because not a lot of you raised your hands for 4-year, is they have rolling deadlines, some of them. If you're going to apply to a Cal State or UC, they open up on October 1st, the applications. They must be submitted by November 30th, okay? Everything, again, like I said, is online. So, if you are a procrastinator, which is totally fine, no judgment, don't procrastinate until November 30th, okay? Do not wait until November 30th to submit your application. Give yourself a deadline of November 29th. Reason being, ever since this went online, the system crashes on the 30th. Okay? Like without fail, there has not been a year when the system did not crash. Like it just happens, it's automatic, we can already anticipate it. So if you don't want to deal with the stress of wondering if your application went through, if it got there, did it accept your money, did it accept your fee waiver, don't wait until the 30th. Okay? The 29th is it. Got it? Yeah, okay. Any questions? I thought I saw a hand coming up. No questions? Okay. So, go ahead, click into the next slide. I'm gonna show you a quick video about Ccgi. Actually, you know what? I'm not gonna show you these videos. You can go to them if you want, because everybody doesn't need to see all of them. So, clicking in here, in this one, it tells you about how to apply for the CSU in the Ccgi, and then up there will tell you how to apply for the UC through Ccgi, okay? The cool thing about using Ccgi to apply is that your information is already uploaded. So as you guys start going through your college applications, you'll see that they have you self-report your courses. You don't just give them a transcript and call it a day. You have to actually use your transcript to type in the courses you've taken. Ccgi has them there already for you. So it's really nice because it's one less thing you have to spend your time doing, and it can be a little bit tedious. If you are applying to a private school, anybody in here planning on going to a private school, like a CBU or Pepperdine or something like that? Okay, so if you're doing that, you need to use something called the Common App or the specific application for the school. Make sense? Okay, we'll get there too. All right, admissions and exams and letters of recommendation. Okay, everybody look at me. Look at me, look at me, look at me. You do not need to take the SAT. Hear me when I say this. You do not, repeat after me. I do not need to take the SAT. It does not matter, okay? The schools are not asking for those scores. The UCs, Cal States, they don't care about them. Now, I already know that because it's test optional, it's not like they got rid of it completely. So I know some of your parents might still force you to take it because the idea is if I do take it, they'll use it in their admissions decision and it could help me. They've made a commitment that that's not the case. They're not going to allow you to be hurt by not taking the SAT. So if you're an applicant and you have two applicants side by side, and one of them took the SAT and one didn't, but your grades are the same, your GPA is the same, you're identical as far as coursework, there will be no difference in the way they rate your application just because that one person took the SAT. Okay? That is what they have told us. That is what we're banking on. Got it? So you do not need to take the SAT. If you're applying to a private school or a specific major, and you see something where it says for this major you are required to take this exam, then yes, you need to take that exam. But that typically only happens with engineering. Okay? So anybody who's interested in engineering, make sure there isn't something specific they want you to take. And typically for engineering, it's a subject exam, not the whole SAT. It's the second one, right? Letters of recommendation. One more time, repeat after me. If you are applying to a community college, Cal State, or UC, you do not need a letter of recommendation. Okay? It's not required. If you are applying to a private school, you will need not one, but 4 for the most part. 1 from your counselor and 2 to 3 from a teacher or somebody in the community who knows you. Okay? Now, if you need a letter of recommendation, we have the packet that we need you to complete built into our website, and you can click on it. It's a lengthy packet, but the reason we have that packet for you to do is so we can know you a little bit deeper before we go and write your letter. It's hard to write a letter, a quality letter, for someone that we don't really know well, because as counselors, we see you for a few things, but we don't know what you do on the weekends. We don't know what you do in your spare time. Some of you, we don't know if you have a job or not. We don't know those things. So we want you to tell us more about yourself. So the packet that we ask you to fill out is kind of like an interview, okay? The other thing, which you guys can see up there already, we want to make sure that you give us time. And it's the next slide, but we want to make sure you give us time to write letters of recommendation. So if you need one, don't come to us on Thursday and say you need it on Friday. Okay, because we won't be able to do it. Give us at least 2 weeks. Secondly, here's some tips and tricks. Make sure you don't use your CNUSD email when you're doing your college applications. Okay, don't use it, because we found out the hard way this past summer. But the district archives your email addresses a week after your transcripts are done, which is typically like the second week after you graduate. Okay, so once they're archived, then you won't have access to anything in your email. So for applications, financial aid, all of those things, use a private email address, one that's not school related. Also, make it professional. You guys understand that, right? We've seen some crazy email addresses, completely inappropriate email addresses, and not just from students, we see them from parents as well. So, nothing. Well, you guys know what inappropriate is. Y'all know better than me what inappropriate is, right? Make sure it's your name, some number, something. Don't make it inappropriate. That's the biggest deal. All right? Last thing for emails. Check it weekly. I think daily. How many of you guys check your school email account right now? All right, let's play a game. Everybody go to your Outlook icon in your IntelliHub.
Hi, don't mind me.
Okay. You know when you say don't mind me, everybody minds you, right? Okay, everybody there? Everybody click on the Outlook icon?
Yes.
Okay, does anybody have more than 1,000 emails?
I have 2017.
Okay, so tell me, how many?
2,209.
2,209.
99.
99, woo! Who else? You said how many?
2017.
How many?
3,400.
Woo, you are the winner. Okay.
I have 3,900.
39, 35.
Okay, you guys. Here's the deal.
I don't think it's
Sorry, I'm getting like a tickle in my throat. Here's the deal. Do you know that we've been using your school email to reach out to you for the past 2 years? More than that, actually, but for the past 2 years, for sure. You know that, right? If you're not checking it, how are you going to get the information? Will you get the information? How? No, you won't. You guys, check your email. Start practicing, okay? You should be checking your school email every day. Now, those of you who are like in the thousands, which I'm not judging. My personal email has 36,000 in it, so it's all good. And it looks like Miss Flores is the same. So I'm not judging, but what I am saying is you're missing information if you're not checking your school email. I know as a counselor, I send personal email. I send you emails. Okay? If you are my student, Evan, you will have emails at Lolly. You will have emails from me. And then it says Amber Thompson. Okay? You guys gotta check your email. So practice now. There is no reason you should have that many emails unchecked. Got it? Okay, I'll get off my soapbox now. Okay, for this one, you guys can click in it in your own time, but you can visit colleges virtually. You guys know that right now colleges are requiring that students have vaccines to be on campus. You have to be vaccinated. So what has also happened as a result is many of them are not doing guided tours. Okay, so if you want to go to a college campus, you will have to probably arrange that on your own, but you can also do virtual tours just to get an idea of what the college looks like, if that's something you're interested in, and you can click these links to get to each of the different systems. Upcoming workshops. We help you with everything, okay? Everything. College applications, FAFSA DREAM Act applications, all the different systems. We are here for you. We arrange opportunities for you guys to come and get help in small groups, in your own time. Sometimes we pull you out of class for it, but you guys have to take advantage of it. So you guys can see probably better in your own computer, but these are the application workshops we have set up already. Show up. Somebody tell me where the workshops are going to be located. Where? Career Center. How'd you guys know that? Isn't it amazing when you read stuff, like how you find out things? I love it. It's so great. So great. Right? Okay. Bear with me. I'm going to try something that I've never done before. And we're going to do an interactive quiz. And I have prizes, if you want those. Isn't that exciting? I know. Oh, don't worry. I'll Vanna White them for you. Okay? So, I need you guys to go to joinmyquiz.com. Thanks, guys. Okay, there it is. Woo! All right. You guys did great. I have 2 more bracelets if anybody wants them. Oh, that's a horrible throw. Sorry, I meant to give it to you. I'll get more, don't worry. Okay, so we're going to look at the systems really quickly. As you guys see, there's videos embedded in this whole thing. So remember I showed you the UC and the CSU, how to do it through California colleges, or Ccgi? This is a video for how to do the community college through Ccgi. Why community college? A lot of students are probably going to choose community college who wouldn't have in the past based on all the things, okay? So the biggest thing I think is important for you guys to know is that right now it's super affordable because of this thing called the Promise Grant. You can pretty much go to community college for free for the most part. So you guys want to definitely go through all of these things, look into it. Community college for some people can take forever. I know you've heard it, but the goal is for you to be there 2 years maybe, and then transfer from the community college into the 4-year university, unless you're planning on earning a technical certificate or doing something specific that all you need is the community college education to complete. Okay, so you guys can look at the videos on your own. Now, trade school, I don't think anybody raised their hand about trade school. Kinda. Okay, this is basically going to school to learn about something specific. You want to go learn how to do hair. You want to be an esthetician. You want to go to learn how to work on cars, be a truck driver. Short time, okay, for a lot of trade schools, it's a very short time that you have to be in school. They are offered, trades are offered at community colleges as well. Like I know RCC has always had a really good cosmetology program. They also have a good graphic design program at Norco. Like, there's lots of different programs for you guys to look into. How do I say this? Some people say, I hate school, right? They're done. You're going to graduate from high school and be like, I'm never doing that again. So trade school is a great way to get your foot in the door for a career. And there are some careers where you can learn how to do them and you can make tons of money. So college may not be for everybody, but there are options for you to do whatever you want to do. Okay? You don't have to leave here and just go work a regular job for the rest of your life. You can find something you're passionate about and do that. Let me show you. There's another link, okay, in the bottom right corner. You guys can click those links. There's information embedded. Military, we already talked about. What I can tell you is that we're going to be offering the ASVAB here on October 20th. If you want to sign up to take it, you can click that link and sign up, okay? People who are not planning on going to the military can also take the ASVAB. Right? Does anybody know what the ASVAB is? Nobody knows? Say it again. Yeah, you could say it's a military test. That's what a lot of people know it as. But the ASVAB is also going to tell you what areas or what interests, or it's like a career aptitude type test. Kind of tells you what you'd be good at or what fields you should go into. So anybody can take it, all right? So if you're interested, sign up.
Do it. No, seriously, do it. Because there's so many cool things that you don't even know are jobs or that you're good at. I recommend it to all my teenagers.
Oh, see? Do it.
Okay, can I make a plug too about the ASVAB?
Go ahead.
The ASVAB is a vocational aptitude battery. Aptitude is what you were born with, what you're naturally good at. For example, when a 2-year-old throws a ball, then another 2-year-old throws a ball, one of the kids actually throws and goes, and the other one it drops right here. It's because that 2-year-old has aptitude. It's just inherent. They were born with athleticism. And so we all were born with certain things, maybe musical abilities, you know, all kinds of things. Anyway, our government owns the ASVAB, and they give it to all, you know, people that enlist in the military. The reason they do that is because they don't want to invest all this money in somebody and send them over here when they don't have aptitude for it. So they actually counsel guys and gals to go into certain careers in the military once they, our government, identify the aptitude of those military service people. So they put more money into this aptitude test than any aptitude test out there, because our government has that kind of money. They're always updating it, adding new careers. Even though it's tied to the military, it's the best aptitude test that exists.
Thank you, Ms. Creedon.
You're welcome. I
I
was
know.
involved with it for years.
I've never heard you explain it like that, though.
Yeah.
So thank you. Now I have new
Yeah, the only
information.
thing I suggest is, you know, they know a lot of people take it even though you're not interested in the military. You will get phone calls after you take it, but that's the price you pay for getting what would otherwise cost you hundreds and hundreds of dollars. So all you have to do is say no a couple of times on the phone, take me off your list if you're not interested, and they will. Take advantage.
So everybody signing up right now? You guys signing up? Feel free. Use the time. I'm just going to be talking for a couple of more slides, and then, so sign up right now if you're interested. I think that was a great selling point. I will always talk about it like that now. Thank you. Okay, so some tips like we talked about, check your email regularly. You guys, I'm so serious. Please do that. Please, please, please. Your personal email, but also your school email. I can't stress to you how important it is, because that is how you are being communicated with a lot, okay? So make sure you check it. Once you start applying to schools, you're also going to want to check for them sending you things about deadlines, okay? Deadlines are going to be very important this year. They've always been, but senior year, it's incredibly important. If a college reaches out to you because they need something by a certain day, you need to provide it, or else it could affect your application, okay? Also, for just completing financial aid applications or scholarship applications or anything like that, you want to adhere to deadlines. Got it? Got it? All right, and once again, no bad email addresses. Okay, next slide. You guys are gonna go through and complete another survey. Isn't it fun? You guys have so many surveys. We wanna know so many things. Okay, so click in there and go ahead and complete the survey, please. So, I'm gonna do a quick financial aid overview. Is anybody prepared with your social security number? Do you know it by heart? Okay, perfect. So, we're gonna go in here, I'm gonna have you guys watch this video. But this is, the FAFSA DREAM Act application is due on March 1st. It opens up on October 1st, it's due March 2nd, okay? Now, we're moving in the area where all students will have to complete a FAFSA DREAM Act application. Okay, whether you are planning to go to college or not, whether your parents make $2 million a year or $2 a year, like you're going to be required to complete a financial aid FAFSA or DREAM Act application. That being said, we want to go ahead and get you guys started. So we'll watch this quick video.
Earning a college degree can transform your financial future, but getting there can be an expensive investment. Fortunately, there are lots of financial aid resources for students, and you can access many of them for free through a single online form. By filling out the free application for federal student aid, or FAFSA, U.S. citizens and eligible non-citizens can access state and federal grants, work-study funding, and subsidized student loans. Many colleges also use the FAFSA to determine their own financial aid awards. Students who are undocumented can apply for a wide range of state scholarships, grants, and loans through the California DREAM Act application. To access these forms, sign in to your californiacolleges.edu account and hover over Financial Aid in the top menu bar. Click FAFSA or CA DREAM Act to access the form that's right for you. On each page, you'll find a wealth of information on eligibility, how to apply, what student and parent information you'll need to provide, and answers to frequently asked questions. When you're ready to apply, go to the Launch button at the top of the page. Note that this button is only available from October 1st through June 30th. Clicking Launch will take you to the web page for your chosen application. For the FAFSA, you'll be taken to studentaid.gov, where you can create your federal student aid ID and begin filling out your application. For the California DREAM Act application, you'll be taken to the California Student Aid Commission's California DREAM Act page, where you can determine your eligibility and begin filling out your form. Whichever you choose to launch, your californiacolleges.edu account allows you and your counselor to track your application and confirm when it has been completed and submitted. To do so, sign in to your californiacolleges.edu account and hover over My Plan in the top menu bar. Click on My Financial Aid Plan to see the status of your application. By clicking on the Cal Grant tab, you can also confirm whether your school district has submitted your Cal Grant GPA to the California Student Aid Commission. If you have any questions about the status of your Cal Grant GPA submission, speak to your counselor. That's all it takes. As you complete your application, don't forget that timing is important. Some financial aid opportunities are first come, first served, so it's best to submit early. To be eligible for a Cal Grant, your FAFSA or California DREAM Act application must be completed and submitted by March 2nd.
Okay, so as far as your Cal Grant GPA, you heard him talk about Cal Grant GPA submission. The district does that for all of you. Look at me. The district submits your GPA. When your parents say, you need to go give this paper to your counselor so she can get your GPA submitted, you're supposed to say, Mom, Dad, the district did it for me already. Okay? Without fail, people they start panicking about that because they don't have it. They think they have to get something done or submit it. The district does it for you as of October 1st. It'll be submitted on your behalf. Okay? Make sense? Now, remember when I was talking about your name on your transcript? This is why having that accurate is important. When you complete your FAFSA, you need to use the name that's on your transcript because that is the only way well, one of the main ways, but that's how your FAFSA gets linked to the Cal Grant. Okay, we don't do it through social security numbers. You get linked by other identifying information, your name, your birthday, your address, and so forth. When students have issues and they see that they've completed a FAFSA, but it shows that their Cal Grant hasn't been submitted, 99% of the time it's because the name you used on your FAFSA is not the name that's on your high school transcript. You guys understand that? So this is why it's important to make sure that you use the same name, the same way, hyphenated, whatever it is, even if you don't go by that normally. Use it on your FAFSA so that it can absolutely link without issue. Make sense? Yes? I would say smile and nod, but I can't see your smiles. So, okay. Here we go. Go ahead. You guys are going to go and log into California Colleges. Now, when you log in or sign in, you're just going to sign in with Google. Everything's already been linked for you. So follow the steps here. Click on my plan. Complete step 1. This is if you have your social and all that stuff. If not, you can see what it looks like. You're going to create your FSA ID. What your FSA ID is your signature, basically, because it's electronic and there has to be like a digital signature. So the FSA ID is what's actually connected to your social security number that verifies that it's actually you who is applying to receive funds. Okay? You can also put your colleges in there. Like I said, many of you might not even have this information. Yes?
You have 5 minutes.
Oh yeah, we're
Okay.
closing out right now.
Okay.
So, any questions about that? As you guys are working on that, remember I told you everything is at your fingertips? You can go in this and click on anything and it'll take you wherever it says. So common application, UC application, all of those things. Everything is right here at your fingertips. Click it, you can find information about it. Okay, there's a community college room. Military room. Financial aid room. And all of your counselors. Does everybody know who their counselor is? Yeah. Are we sure? Because I know the alpha confuses people, like lots and lots of people. So understand, A through CAR means this person also has anybody whose last name ends with the B, right? CAS through GAR, Mr. Godinez, that means he has anybody who starts at like Castro. He has the D's, the E's, and the F's. So if your last name starts with any of those, he is your counselor, unless it's otherwise noted at the top of your, like your Student Connect. Okay, because some students have been placed with specialized counselors. All right? If you go in our website, you can actually email us directly from our name. So you can click on it, it takes you to an email, and then you guys can send us an email. Any questions? All righty. I think that is it. Okay, so that's it. If you guys have any questions about anything, please feel free to ask now or drop in and see your counselor at lunch. You guys know that you can come and see us anytime. You don't have to wait to be called out. As long as it's your time, you can come in the office. Yes, those are your transcripts.
I have parents ask if they want their child to take the SAT. How do they find where they take it?
College Board is the website, and we're actually offering it here at Centennial this year. But you sign up still. You don't sign up through Centennial. You sign up on College Board and you choose us as a testing site.